evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris is back yet again for some more Hearthstone arena action. Our last run was Rogue, a couple runs before that we did Mage, so let's go ahead and do our 5th Hunter run and hope for the best. Alright, this is an unfortunate first pick because I've actually tried Bestial Wrath before and it kinda sucked. So does it suck more than a 3-3 for 3? I think it does. We'll take a 3-3 for 3. Epic card, woo! Alright, now Spiteful Smith is a card I will take even if I don't have any weapons because it's just got such good stats. However, I'm going to take the Iron Beak Owl here. It's a beast and it silences, so it's kind of the ideal pickup for hunters. I will take pretty much every single Animal Companion I see because Animal Companion gives you a 4 mana valued creature for 3 mana. The price, of course, is that it's a random creature, but I will happily pay that price. Yeah, okay. Well, I said I'd do it, and here I am doing it. Spiteful Smith, baby, just for the stats. Okay, Arcane Shot for some early game removal seems like a good plan to me. Fairy Dragons are annoying, tracking's nice, but this engine is just so terrific, I have to take it here. And here we have a tough pick. We could take another Brick Wall, or we could take a more offensive creature. I say this is offensive, even though the Divine Shield is a protective thing, because you play it, and then you can attack into something and deal 3 damage. I will take a Fen Creeper. It's a bit expensive, but it's got really good stats, and the taunt can be an absolute pain for your opponents. Well, I'm taking a lot of 5-drops here. Do I take the Rhino? Yes. I think this is one of the problems with Hunter. You've got to take your good beasts when they come up. So we've got 3 5-drops here. I'm not sure I want to take any more anytime soon, but it's a really, really good beast. Snipe is an interesting secret, but we'll just rather take another Shield Master. So lots of taunt in this deck. The Knife Juggler is nifty, and I don't have any 2-drops. I also have 2 4-drops already, so that's a push for the Knife Juggler. However, man, the Twilight Drake, it's like a Chillwind Yeti, and man, I do like those. Okay, for curve reasons, I'm going to take the 2-drop just to make sure I have some 2-drops to play, but I am sad to pass on that Yeti. Alright, both of these are beasts. The wolf, this dire wolf is way better. That's why he's the alpha wolf. Ho-ho. Tracking is nifty, but I'm not going to pass on a good beast. Explosive Trap is a card I'm getting increasing respect for, and I'm going to take it over these 2 5-drops. We've already got lots of 5-drops, so let's take the Trap and call it a day. Okay, the Cult Master is an interesting pick, definitely. At the moment, there's nothing that I can really run it into death for it. But the draft isn't even half done yet, so it's reasonable that I'll be able to pick up something. The Stormwind Champion, though, man. How highly do I value Stormwind Champion? I think not highly enough. I'm going to take the Cult Master here to get some card draw into the deck, and we'll hope to get a Stormwind Champion later. So this Timberwolf, man, words cannot describe how little respect I have for this wolf. I'm going to take the Harvest Wolf. It's a premier 3-drop, and we need those. Ooh, Eaglehorn Bow! Holy crap. Well, this was an easy pick because these 2 things were total trash, but that kind of justifies this early Spiteful Smith. Definitely a little bit of luck there, which I will not look down upon. Hunter's Mark is nifty, but I still am not a big fan of that card. I mean, it gives you a desperate out. It plus a creature will let you kill anything. And it works nicely with Explosive Trap, I suppose. But, man, I think I'll just take a Lord of the Arena. We could use some bigger drops. We're halfway done now with only 3 5-mana creatures. This one's actually not got good stats. It's more for the ability. So we'll take the Lord of the Arena here to make sure we have some taunt and a big drop. This Buzzard is getting nerfed. It's gonna have only 1 toughness soon, so do I have enough beasts to justify it? I mean, I got the wolf, it's 1, the animal companion's 2, and I'll be taking every one of those I see, and I've got the Tundra Rhino, that's 3. Boy, other than that, it's just a 2-2 for 2. Well, here's the thing. All I've got to drop on turn 2 right now is the knife and the wolf, so we'll take the Buzzard mainly for that reason. Another wolf? I'll take it over the 5-drop and the terrible 3-drop, sure. Scavenging Hyena. Yeah, we'll take that. Get our beast count up with some decent stuff. So Explosive Shot is removal. It's a bit expensive, but it has the opportunity sometimes to take out more than one thing, which kind of justifies it. But this is a premier 3-drop. A 4-3 for 3 is very, very rare, so I'm tempted by that. What do I have for 3-drops? The Companion, the Golem, and the War Leader? I guess it's a decent amount. We'll take the removal here. We're a bit light on that. Well, this is 2 damage for a spell. This is 2 damage in the form of a creature. This is 1 damage. I think the Arcane Shot is just an easy pick right there. Another Arcane Shot? No, I'm going to take a beast. I need more beasts to feed my Buzzard. And this is a really, really good one. It sticks, your opponent can't get rid of it, and it attacks real hard. We'll take it. Okay, I don't want this as a 5-drop. I'm not a super big fan of it, although sometimes it is, of course, great. But I've already got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-mana creatures. I guess I could take another one, but this isn't really that big. We'll take a Scarlet Crusader for some more 3-drops. I have passed before on deadly shots and regretted it, so I'm going to make sure I grab one in this draft. Freezing Trap can sometimes be really effective. It's like a noble sacrifice on crack. It stops a creature from attacking. If your opponent has lots of creatures, though, Freezing Trap is really awful. So let's do a quick count. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2-drops. I don't think I need another Imani. I don't think I need another one, although the Imani Berserker is the best in the game. I don't think I really need it. The Fen Creeper, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just 5 cards at 5 mana or more. Let's go for the late game here and grab another creeper. So we're getting a 5 mana spike going here. Ogre Magi, normally I wouldn't like it, but it actually is really good with the Arcane Shot. Not so much with Explosive Trap, because if you set an Explosive Trap with an Ogre Magi, the opponent's going to target you. But it's really good with Arcane Shot and Explosive Shot. I wish this were a no-take candle thing, but the Kobold Geomancer, but still, I could use some more 4-drops and it fits right in there. Well, this is a beast. I don't like it, but I guess it's better than an Abusive Sergeant, although the Abusive Sergeant can be really good sometimes. Well, we'll take it because I'm a hunter. If I weren't a hunter, I'd probably take the Abusive Sergeant. So here I can take an Acolyte of Pain. It's a very passive card, but it gives me some card drawing opportunities, or I can take a Freezing Trap here. I think the Freezing Trap opens more doors than the Acolyte does, so I'm going to take it. Oh, hey, again we get to pick between Knife Juggler and Twilight Drake. Well, this time, obviously, the Drake. We need some 4-drops. And we're actually going to end with a Legendary. Holy cow and a donkey. Well, Captain Greenskin is a 5/4 for 5. So it's a 4-mana creature stats for 5 mana, and it's really great if I do pull it off with the Eaglehorn Bow, but the odds of that are not very big. Nat Pagel is currently broken. It actually only has a 25% chance to draw a card, so it's not nearly good enough, which means that we're taking the Regenerating Chillwind Yeti. Chillwind Yeti, man, it's so good, I would even pay 6 mana for it. And if the fact that it regenerates, well, that's just a bonus. Alright, well, all in all, this was a decent draft. It was certainly nice that we had a Spiteful Smith, just for the stats, and then an Eaglehorn Bow dropped in. That Murloc Warleader is a sad, sad epic. Kind of annoyed about that, but other than that, it was alright. Could use maybe like a multi-shot in here? I'm just not a big fan of Hunt removal. You know what I need? I need a Kill Command. That's what I never saw that I really wish I had seen. Kill Command would be good, and a couple more animal companions. So, that's kind of my take. Alright, we're up against Pet Shop the Warrior. This is a very awkward starting hand so far, and that helps a little bit. So, the Owl is a silence, but am I going to get to use it? Maybe. We'll ship these things back and try to see if we can get some stuff that on its own works. Well, we got more Arcane Shots. Okay, so it looks like what the game plan is going to be is to hope that my opponent's got a couple of 2-toughness creatures for us to kill, and then, after I've killed them, I coin out Ascension Shieldmaster on turn 3. Oh my god, is that even worth an Arcane Shot? Is that even worth it? I don't think it's even worth it. I don't even think it's worth it. I mean, if my opponent buffs this up and kills something, then you know what? Good for him. I just can't see that being worth an Arcane Shot. Maybe that's like a strategy. Play terrible creatures that your opponent won't use removal on, and then they'll just get to keep attacking until you buff them or whatever. We'll try that for like a Will It Work series. Okay, so let's go ahead and steady shot away. So the fact that I kept an Arcane Shot makes the Twilight Drake a little bit better. I'm going to spend the coin, obviously, to play it, so that will reduce the health by 1, but it'll still be a pretty big Chillwind Yeti when it drops. Oh my god. Yowza. Alright, so how big is this Twilight Drake going to be? Hang on a minute. Eaglehorn Bow looks good. The Twilight Drake would be a 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It would be a 4/6. I mean, that holds up against these creatures too. All right, we'll hold on to the coin though. Let's play Eaglehorn Bow. Let's get rid of the creature that hits harder. By the way, I'm not really concerned about preserving the durabilities on this, so I can like play the secrets. A Explosive Trap would have been actually great to have here. It would have killed off both of his creatures. Freezing Trap though would not have been as good. And I'm going to drop below 20 health thanks to the aggression of that 1-drop. So I could have killed it with an Arcane Shot, and I didn't. And now I'm going to pay for it. Alright, looks like he's going to replay... Oh no, interesting. So he chose not to replay the Cruel Taskmaster. Well, that makes my life extremely easy. I'm actually going to play a Twilight Drake, and then I'm going to coin out an Arcane Shot for the Panda. So I'm sitting on this weapon here. Now if he had an ooze, he of course would have played it last turn with 2 mana rather than armoring up, so I know he doesn't have an ooze unless he top decks it. And here I'm just trying to not to give him any good targets for that Cruel Taskmaster. If he has a silence, like if he has an Ironbeak Owl, he can silence this, and then Cruel Taskmaster would be really good. It would kill off the Drake. He did not have that, though. Okay, great. Tremendous. Let's just keep board control going here. We're gonna attack like that, and we'll kill this. That'll be my last time hitting a creature. Why am I even saying that? I'm a hunter. I don't get more weapons. Let's go ahead and play the Taunt. Now, the reason I'm playing that is we're coming up on 6 mana. Argent Commander is a very popular card. I don't want that running down and popping Divine Shield on the Drake. If he pops the Divine Shield on the Fen Creeper actually survives. So, booyah. Wouldn't wanna do ya. Oh, that's a really good catchphrase. Booyah! Wouldn't wanna do ya. It's like you're insulting someone and then impugning their attractiveness at the same time. Where did that start? I don't know, but I know he's got 5 cards plus a Cruel Taskmaster. I have 5 cards plus these 2 tanks, so I feel pretty good about my chances. Now, if he can play a Silence, like a Spellbreaker, let's say, and then play a Cruel Taskmaster to finish off the Twilight Drake, then he'd be catching up quite well. But without Silence, the Cruel Taskmaster is not super impressive for him at the moment. That's scary. Is he going to be able to kill off my creatures? Ooze? Ooze comes down late. And he's going to actually attack my Fen Creepers. Has he got to execute for that? No execute. Interesting. Well, I'm not exactly sure what's going on there, but we'll just, I guess we'll use the Twilight Drake to kill it off. Keep this guy above as high health as we can. And let's play Lord of the Arena. I'm using it mainly as like a Boulder Fist Ogre with less health. The taunt is not super relevant here. So the Boulder Fist Ogre is a 6/7 for 6, it's a 6/5 for 6, as long as it's not getting attacked and it's just doing some beats. It's just as good. Alright, my opponent has his own Chillwind Yeti. Luckily his came down way later than mine. I am of course referring to the Twilight Drake. It was a Chillwind Yeti on Crackaroo. And let's think about this. I could of course kill the Chillwind Yeti with my Lord, dropping him down to 1 health. A Whirlwind wouldn't be that effective. Cleave would be kind of, but not really that effective. Yeah, I guess we'll just kill it. Let's be safe. We know he has a Cruel Taskmaster, so if I let the Chillwind Yeti stay on the board, my opponent would have just have used it to kill off my Taskmaster, or my Lord of the Arena. So do I actually play a Spiteful Smith knowing that a Mind Control tech might be incoming? Well, I could play a Buzzard and this Owl, but I don't want to silence anything. Haha. So the Cruel Taskmaster is actually going to finish this Lord off, which is interesting. Well, we'll just do this. And pass the turn. So this is a Cruel Taskmaster. It can kill off my Lord of the Arena. I think I'm alright with that, though. I can then use Arcane Shot to pick off the Taskmaster, and that'll be fine. He's going to draw a card first. A savvy player here. He knows to draw cards first. My creatures are all very damaged because they keep on killing his creatures. Not that I'm complaining. And he's going to armor up. Okay, well, I think now's the time to do this. Use that beast to draw a card. Ah, man, I wish I could use the other beast to draw a card. It is alas not to be. Let's Arcane Shot that thing. And I think I'll ignore the Gnomish Inventor. Now that I've seen him play his Cruel Taskmaster, I'm not all that concerned, and I want to get some damage on. If the Buzzard survives, the Tiger will be an awesome drop and draw me a card, which is nifty. Stampede Code is going to kill that Buzzard, though. It's the only target it had. Does he have a buff for the Gnomish Inventor to allow it to kill the Fen Creeper? It has enough health, the Fen Creeper doesn't kill it. Ah, well, it's a pretty good play, because this actually... None of my creatures deal 5 damage. However, I've been saving this Owl for the whole game. I think now's a good time to pull it out, because it wins. Okay, so the Owl that's been in my hand all game comes out, and my opponent suffers what must be a very frustrating defeat. Alright, Pet Shop. The warrior loses to my Pet Shop as a hunter. Get it? Because beasts could be bought as pets, right? Yeah, okay. Well, let's just go into our next game. That was a good game. It was a nice strong start. My mid-range 4 and 5 mana, 4 power, high toughness creatures really paid off. There was that one time when I think my opponent messed up. I had an Eaglehorn Bow with 1 durability. He had a Panda on the board, and a Cruel Taskmaster in his hand. I think I would have played the Cruel Taskmaster and buffed the panda up to 5-1. Then he would have had that creature on the board, and the panda would have hit me really hard. Now, of course, I could have killed the panda with my bow, but I would have taken more damage for doing that. And then he still would have had a 2-2 on the board. I think it was more valuable for him to put a 2-2 on the board than to just armor up. But I had endless mid-range in that game. I mean, I had Chillwind Yeti, no, I had a Twilight Drake and Sen'jins out the butt, and a Fen Creeper and a Spiteful Smith. It was just glorious. Alright, I think I'm actually going to send everything back. Now, the Freezing Trap, if this were Explosive Trap, I'd keep it. But Freezing Trap, let's say my opponent, being the rogue, plays turn 1 Coin Defias Ringleader. What do I do with my life? I mean, the Defias Ringleader runs into the Freezing Traps, gets sent back to the hand, GG. So, I hope my opponent does not have a Defias Ringleader. I'd love for her to just pass the turn here. Anytime a rogue going second passes the turn, you can just heave a huge sigh of relief. Oh, whew. Okay, so we'll Steady Shot her. I really wish I were second, because with this hand, the Twilight Drake would be bigger by 2, or at least by 1 if I coined it out. On these Sen'jins, I have so much to do at turn 4 and nothing on turn 3. Alright, a coin comes out here. What do we got? Sasai Agent, maybe? Acolyte. Well, I'm honestly not that bothered by this particular move, because it's not threatening. And so basically I'm getting another turn to get my Sen'jins online. I'm going to actually play the Freezing Trap, so this is card disadvantage, for sure. But what it's doing is it's taking this out of the game for a while. Like a really long while. It's really unlikely my opponent is going to replay this at 5 mana, and at 5 mana Acolyte of Pain anytime soon. So it's kind of like an Assassinate where the creature eventually can rise from the dead. Alright, here comes a Raid Leader. Notice how my opponent attacked before playing the creature. That was in case of Freezing Trap. Now let's go ahead and play the Twilight Drake. It's a little bit better than a Chillwind Yeti. It's like a Spiteful Smith that can be silenced. If my opponent does have a silence, she'll be in really great shape, because you can silence this, bring out a dagger, and then finish this thing off. Chillwind Yeti, also good. Okay, well, we have a couple of options, as is so often the case. One is we could actually silence the Sen'jin and then attack with the Drake to kill the Raid Leader. I mean, that's an option, definitely. Then the Drake would be at 4 health versus the 3 attack on the Sen'jin, so it kind of works. Another option is to play the Direwolf Alpha, Arcane Shot the Raid Leader, and then this drops back to 3-5 and I can attack this Sen'jin and kill it. So that clears out the board, but it doesn't put down as impressive of a board. But I'm actually going to do that. I think it uses up all my resources. It gives me board control. Now, rogues, of course, you know this. If you're watching the channel, you know that rogues can, spend just, 0 mana and kill everything. But, a rogue can just go, Backstab, Perdition's Blade, Shiv, GG. But, it's possible that this will all stick. She's pointing something at something. Is that a backstab? Perdition's Blade. Ah, fair enough. Well, this is a pretty decent move from my opponent, so basically, this Ooze will trade for my Drake and end the Drake Menace. Now, I've got, as always, a couple of options. I could play the Cult Master, let the Twilight Drake die and draw a card. However, I'm not a fan of that, because the Perdition's Blade will just kill the Cult Master. So what we'll do instead is we'll actually just play the Taunt, and I'm going to do something I'm not a big fan of doing. I am going to actually swing past my opponent's creature and do a little racing action. So my opponent can kill this engine with the Ooze and the Blade, but that will require taking 3 damage to the face, and the Twilight Drake will live. So I'm trying to see if that Twilight Drake can go the distance. Shiv. I don't think it can. My opponent wouldn't do that unless she had some kind of a plan. Blade Flurry, perhaps? Nope. Oh, she attacked. Well, oh, she has another Perdition's Blade. I see. Well, I guess that's pretty good. Okie dokie. Well, I could play the Spiteful Smith and the Wolf. The issue there is that the Perdition's Blade is pretty good at killing wolves. So we'll go ahead and throw our Taunter out. And I'm going to hang on to the Wolf. Now, the reason I'm hanging on to the Wolf is I don't want it to die to the backstab. I don't want an Assassinate or a Silence to come in and hurt. I just be able to kill the Wolf with the Perdition's Blade. I just want to wait a little bit and drop the Wolf down so I can use its effect right away. Okay, so this is a good example where the Wolf could be useful right now to buff the Sen'jin and kill off the Dark Iron Dwarf. So, what else do I want to do? Well, I could play the Eaglehorn Bow, take 5 damage to the face, I'm still ahead on life, kill the bear, then play the Wolf, that's 5 of my 8 mana, and then the Sen'jin becomes a 4-5, and I can kill the Dwarf with 1 health remaining, which is good enough, unless, of course, my opponent has a Fan of Knives, in which case, bleh. Another option is I could play a Silence. I could actually silence this thing, make it a 3-3, Then my Senjin can actually kill it, but then it goes down to 2 health where the blade will kill it, and then we still have this 4/4 here hanging out. I'm not a big fan of that move, actually. I could silence and bow, but the bow... I mean, I could basically silence this, grab the bow, take 2 less damage to the face, and then still play the wolf. But at that point, I might as well just hang on to the silence. I'd rather keep the silence on hand than take 2 less damage. So yeah, we'll do the bow plan. Let's do that. Let's do this. Steady shot. Kill the dwarf. So a Fan of Knives would be ace for my opponent here, because it would kill off this engine, draw her a card, and clear the way out for the wolf. Okay, so there's this squire attend me. And she's going to kill the wolf. I mean, she is dropping a little low. I'm a little high, actually. I'm a little high. You get it? Okay, no. Anyway. Yeah, let's go ahead and play this. No reason to play the Cult Master yet. It'll just die to the squire. This is the wrong trap, unfortunately. But my opponent's in a bit of trouble because basically what's happening here is that she's kind of in a lose-lose situation where she's taking 2 more damage from this explosive trap. So she's at 7. This takes her down to 4, and then I win in 2 turns with the steady shot if she doesn't have any healing in her deck. So she's got to be very careful here. Now, do I attack with the weapon right now? I could attack this thing and make it die when it runs into my trap. I think I'm actually just going to swing at my opponent here. It's a bit risky, but basically, I want to get that damage in there. Now, I could have waited for the trap to trigger and then gotten an extra durability on it. Uh-oh. Well, maybe I should have done that because now I really wish I had that bow. Oh, geez, that's not good. Well, I win in 3 turns with steady shot. 2 turns if she runs into this explosive shot. So basically, I don't think she can deal enough damage to kill me in 2 turns with this creature here helping me wipe out her stuff. But, boy, is she going to try. Ah, she's going to actually take some time to kill my creature. A 3rd Perdition's Blade! You've got to be kidding me. Jesus Christ. Well, at least the wolf's going to die. So, let's see. Let's see here. We have what? This is 8, 10 damage. I'm at 4 health. Well, a rogue could definitely kill me with 4 health. That's for sure. So let's steady shot. We're gonna silence this mainly to reduce the mainly just to get rid of the attack buff. Okay, so we got 7, 9 damage. My opponent needs to hit me for 5 more. A buff plus an eviscerate would do it. Eviscerate is really the card she wants to be holding here. We'll see. Oh, okay. No buff, no eviscerate. That is good. So that game we win on the back of steady shot. My opponent had the board control and the card advantage and everything. So that is how you sometimes have to win as Hunter. It feels a little bit scary, but it works. As the old saying goes, it all looks the same on the scoreboard, and here we are 2-0. So, do I think this deck will go the distance? Maybe. I don't know if it'll go to 9 though, because it doesn't seem super strong, and those wins were a little bit tough. But I hope you enjoyed the video nonetheless. If you did, please like and or subscribe. And if you want to see how it ends, well, by golly, you're going to find out how it ends. Just stick around, and I'll see you shortly. Till then.